What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Kind of got a little bit of a cold, so uh, might not be going to North Carolina this weekend for the game. Might just go to Houston and check out these properties. And thank you for coming into the show. Drop your city and state. It helps us predict and dictate where we're going to do events, we're going to do concerts and parties, and you name it, right? And I just wanted to start this show with, excuse me already, that this won't be like a rant show. It just won't be a rant show. That's all. And I'm just a little tired, so it won't be a rant show. But what I really want to tell you guys is some people hear what I say and they really don't. So this video is called Mind the Gap, but 10x. Now, I used to tell you guys all the time, I get up in the morning, I review accounts, I hit the little update on QuickBooks, let everything update. I kind of know within around about $1,000 where all my accounts are. Why? Because when I was broke, I'd be checking them and checking it before you swipe your card at the line and doing all this stuff. And so I've never lost that. Like, just check it once a day. Just kind of know where and what range you are in. And I think sometimes when I post things, people think, well, you know, Erica, that's fine for you. You got all this money. No, we should all at some point mind the gap. And the gap between how much we have coming in, how much we have going out. That's subscriptions, that's food, that's dinner, that's everything. But at the same time, man, you need to be 10xing. Sitting there looking at it and crying and, oh, I only got this much money and I just got to preserve and hold on to my money. That is not income producing. And when I posted something on Instagram today, I literally got 100 comments. Y'all are wow. Well, you got to watch your money, Erica. You got to know how much money you're spending, Erica. You got to keep track. Where in any of these years of videos have I said, just go willy-nilly, swipe your card all day, live your best life? I've never said that. Never said that. So, so when I get this feedback from folks like, I'm out here telling you to go Big Willie Scout, it just cracks me up. It really does, because you have to mind the gap, but at least be in the game. I'm watching people's channels and listening to people, and I realize they're not even in the game. You know, I'm going to these events and these seminars and connecting with people. Like right now, today, 12 of the text messages I just did in the past hour were all talking about rehabs. How much is that? What's going to go on? What's coming back to us? That kind of thing. And I asked my other friend not to, you know, knock her or anything. I was like, well, you know what you've been talking about? You know, well, I'm going to go shopping this weekend, and like just very average everyday things. And I understand that there's a segment of our society, they want no parts of it. They want no parts of this 10xing. They want no parts. They just want to live a very relaxing life and just calm and relaxed. And I'm like, good for you. Do you, but do not complain when hard times come. Do not be that family member that needs to borrow money when hard times come, because there was an opportunity, a window for you to grow. That's all. Yeah, I'm gonna try to feel better in that. What's up, everybody? What's up, Charm City buyers? Scared money don't make no money. That's what I'm saying. You got to be a saver before you can be an investor. Listen, the best person that's an example of this is Aisha Selden. I'm messing her name up, but she's in Philly. And she was just saying how she was always a saver as a kid. And there's nothing wrong with that. We have paths and ways. Like, it's cool. You can be a saver. But at some point, you have to be an investor. You cannot save your way to wealth. People really believe, like, well, I'm just going to save all my money. Saving is not investing. Those are two different things. They don't even live in the same lane. It's good to save money. There was a time in our society your grandparents could just pay their house off and pay their property tax and live off the savings they had, because interest rates in the 80s and 70s were like 15, 20%. The interest rates at your bank now are not that. So I just want to make that clear. A lot of people seem to got confused because of some of the posts I made. And yeah, I was showing a post with money in it. So what? I can do that. I'm grown. And at the end of the day, you just mind the gap. That's all I'm saying. You guys got to mind the gap. You got to know how much is coming in, because it's just this simple. I remember when we was in college, and one of our football coaches was like, when you in the grocery store, you got to know how much is in your pocket and how much you put on the thing. And I remember being a kid, my mom had her little notebook, like how much we were spending, just a general amount. And in the morning, my mom would, once or twice a month, military pay, she'd write her little green accountant book. Bills coming in, money going out. Very simple. And she wasn't stressing herself to death about it because there's no need. You know how much is coming in, how much is going out. It's a very simple technique. And what's funny is I was telling y'all for a year, please, please, please get QuickBooks. People are like, I don't know about that. I don't want to keep track like that. I keep track, Ericka. And I'm telling you, all of a sudden, QuickBooks is sending out loans the equivalent of PayPal. QuickBooks is like, hey, you want 35,000, Ericka? Sure, I'll take it. Shit, yeah. I mean, QuickBooks is out there, and it's all from people tracking their income, right? Tracking, keeping it simple. Same thing with PayPal. Same thing with Stripe. People that are moving, money moves towards them. If you're not moving, money ain't moving towards you. That's just the simple of it. When you get in this mindset of, I'm just going to sit here and conserve my pennies, Ericka. Okay, cool. Like do you. But there was a time when I have a friend who had inherited a ton of money, and all he did was sit on it because he was watching Glenn Beck and all these people all the time. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna wait. There's going to be a crash. There's going to be 10 years of the economy going hardcore. And now he literally reached back out to me via Facebook. You know how Facebook, people see you doing good, they want to hit you up. Okay. He's like, oh man, Ericka, I should have invested this money. Now I'm down to like 50K. So the money you inherited, like almost $200,000 from your grandpa 10 plus years ago, is now down to 50,000, and now you want to invest it? You see what I'm saying? The mentality is backwards. Okay, mind the gap, but 10x, baby, because not many people get a windfall, and when they do, the average person runs through their windfall in 9 months. Now, when I talk about people watching, observing, Charm City Buyers, prime example, they're having another Baltimore meetup event. When I went to their Baltimore event, I think it was 150 people there. If you telling me your friends and family and people around you don't understand, and nobody understands, go to events. Go to events. Again, seminars, conferences, events. This is where you go. And I'm not saying these people got to be your new best friends. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying you can do occasional, once a month meetings, lunches, dinners. There's a great married couple out of New York. I went to Matt's event in New York, and they have still reached out to me like, hey, Ericka, if you're in the area, come eat dinner with us. We'll love to talk to you. I'm like, thank you. And they own 3 trucks, and they doing their thing. It's not like we're best friends now and I got to talk to you every day. No. It's just a meeting, an association with people who you want to be like. I love their life and their marriage and how they are as adults. I just respect them. I just like how they came to the Matt's party. That's people I want to eat dinner with and enjoy New York with when I do go to New York, when I'm not making fun of it. And the key here is simply adding more people to the equation. That's all. A lot of you talk about family members asking for money, talking about your mama and daddy asking for money. Well, if you know you're not going to say no, let's be honest. If you know you're not going to tell your daddy no, you know you're not going to tell your uncle no, go ahead and make more money because you know you. And this is the biggest part out of this whole thing. Know you. You know, you minding the gap. But if you already know, let's be really honest, some of y'all have whole family members that ain't doing nothing. I'm sorry I had to say it, but I got to say it. Your whole family ain't doing nothing. And you know they're going to call you when the recession hit. Don't you want to be sitting at $1 million instead of sitting at a little bit? I got a great aunt right now. She is a millionaire. But if you ask her, she'd be like, well, I'm going to see. Maybe I can give you $100. Maybe I can give you $300. And you'd be sitting there like, I know you got it. I don't know why you acted like this. But I understand now as an adult because it's happening to me in reverse. You know, I just kicked out $3,000 so someone in our family could save their home. And this is a distant person that don't even be calling me like that. Well, you know, Ericka, I know you got it. And I was like, you know what? Go ahead and put my name on that deed because when you go, I know your children ain't going to have it. I'll go ahead and have that house and that land because I already know how they do over there. But yeah, Baltimore. Yes, Mobilize Baltimore. When is it again? Put the date. Is it October 19th? Mobilize Baltimore. Y'all, I probably have to go get in this infrared sauna, get some of this, sweat this out. You can't save it faster than DC can print it. That's true. Appliance boot. Okay. Thank you so much, Paul Perez. I took the Hood Estates course and I'm prepping the purchase of my first truck and then come. Look, I literally just sent an email earlier asking what was I approved for. And they literally just sent back I was approved for a $48,000 truck. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm trying to get you guys to understand that scared money don't make no money, right? And when I went to Houston, I connected with people that literally, if I want to go buy 10 properties right now, which I'm not going to say, that's why that board's covered up more than what you guys think. But anyway, you got to be able to write it out, see it, mind the gap, know how much it's going to cost you, and go, oh, it takes like 5-6 months for y'all to rehab and build houses. Cool. Now I got to secure the land and do A, B, and C in the next 4 to 5 months. Many of you say, well, Ericka, I'm not starting because of funding. And I keep telling you, we put together a funding course. We're putting together mastermind events in Atlanta. And to be honest, if you don't have $250 to get the funding course, you might want to go back and look at what I'm talking about. Mind the gap, go see where you need to take some things off, manage your money, because $250 and you want to get into real estate, which is going to cost you. I mean, Kiera, anybody in here who's in real estate, a net's worth, tell these people, it's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 repairs, $100,000 repairs. You're going to have to, 1, be working on getting funding, 2, be in a position to even have the funds. Yes, there's tax liens, there's tax deeds, auctions, there's all that good stuff, but you're still going to need money to repair things. So mind the gap, but at least 10x. Ooh, look at my neighbor down there. Sorry, y'all, squirrel. There's a whole walking track out of my window. Girl, he fine. Okay, anyway, back to the point. 200K could have been 2 million in 10 years. Honey, I tried to tell them. And it was after I had started losing my money as a person. I was like, ooh, honey, you need to invest yours. Be around people in your field or the field you want to be in. Facts. They just bought a house in Philly. Congratulations. For the IG post, thanks again. $2 super chat. Thank you. October 19th in Baltimore, y'all. I might just roll up in there and flip tables and walk back out. That's how I do. Nah, I probably won't do that. I think I'm gonna be out of the country. Blacker pockets. Yeah, I literally, it's covering some good stuff. Got to mirror your coolness. The board is covered. I thought you had an affiliate thing going on. Listen, I do, but the board is covered because, I got some stuff I wrote there. Squirrel. It is a squirrel. Sorry. At very minimum, you're going to need 30K for a light rehab. Exactly. There's properties in Houston right now where people are like, oh, it used to be this price over here. And you see them selling brand new townhouses in the hood for $300,000. But yet you got somebody's house right over here that they know. I've seen vacant lots where I'm like, what you doing? Call a builder, build something up, rent it out, do something like this. You got to be in the game. And the fact is, a lot of you are procrastinating because you're not in the game. You're not in there. You don't know anybody. Y'all love talking about when the recession hit, I'm gonna buy up all this stuff. And you're like, no, you're not. I know too many people who said that the last recession, if you got money, but you don't know anybody, you're not connected with anybody, you can't pick up the phone and text anybody for a deal, you're not going to be doing all that. And I watch multiple channels and multiple people's stuff, when I'm in downtime or I'm working in here and I listen to something, I'll be like, you're not going to do that because you're not going to do it. Prime example, there's one guy who dresses really nice on YouTube and he's putting together a Suit Saturday event. I love those, right? Because you see people will act like, and I'm gonna go here. I ain't gonna rant today, but I'm gonna go here. If the problems you're talking about, and let's be really honest, if the problems you're talking about are like, be careful, broke baby mamas, broke conversation, people at the barbershop conversation, silly problems, I promise you, the more places I go to, whether it's Baltimore, Houston, Chicago, Detroit, people making 60, 70K a year plus are trying to figure out how to get some more money. They usually aren't every weekend at a cookout complaining about some old stuff. That's just all. I mean, they still do the cookouts, but they just ain't out here complaining as hard as some people who are making less than that. Now, let's be honest. The average American is making $32,000, $50K a year. So if you already making 60 to 70K a year, 80K a year, you realize, okay, it's a little bit more comfortable, but you need more investments. You need your money to work for you. There's a lot of people going to reach 50 and 60, and they're going to be like, they're going to be hurting. I mean, there was this book I read. It was perfect. It was saying 35, and it's documented. 35 to 55 years old is 50 years old is like the highest number of people who start investing in real estate. Like these are your average first time investors, 35 years old to 50. Now, why are those numbers important? 35 to 50, 35 years old, when you start realizing how much stuff costs. You probably got a kid, you probably got a wife, maybe not, but you realize you need some more money. So and if you want to retire, you're going to need some more money, right? So 35 to 50 is a very select window. Now, what the book also said is at 35 to 55, well, 55, if you are struggling financially, like bad, like struggling, bills ain't paid, stuff, repossessions, judgments, all this stuff, you're pretty much your 60s, 70s, and 80s are going to be horrific. Now they put it in better words than that, very, PC terms, but I'm gonna put it to you the real way. Horrific, terrible, horrible, scrunching money. And it's something in that mindset. That 35 to 50, you either the light comes on or it don't. And you got to turn. And I think I was looking at Glenn and Cameron and two other guys' channels where they were saying a lot of the men in the were like, well, a lot of guys are lazy or they just coast. And I said, yeah, because if people don't have something that pushes them in life, they'll just coast. People are like people of comfort. It's just easy. I come home, I watch TV or go sports bar or whatever. People are creatures of habit. And it's not till something bumps up against them, a life issue, a problem, or something that they snap out of it. So that's why when I read that book and I said 40 to 50 is where you start realizing these kids gonna have to go to college. These kids cost money. These grandparents is not gonna work forever. Your parents' backs and knees and stuff start going out. You like, hey, hold it together, mama. Hold it together, daddy. Hold it together. And that's why people be changing their life. And I love the show Old Dogs Network. There's a lot of podcasts I kind of play in the background or when I'm at the gym. And I love it because it's always the same message. It'd be like, man, I'm 60. And then I looked at my bank account and I realized I couldn't retire. So I bought a property every year. I mean, like the stories are the same, but they're encouraging either way. Because it's like, it's never too late if the light bulb goes off. But if you think your kids are going to be taking care of you, you think them grandkids going to take care of you, honey, have you seen some of these kids and grandkids? They ain't working. Okay. Again, what you put in them, you get out. Okay. So anyway, let me, oh goodness. I done took a honey, hot tea, and hot tea to everything. It's wearing me out. How do I get a consultation? You always hit the links in the description below. Oh, goodness, it's hurting. Let me see. I'm going to try to put it in here. I don't know if it'll let me down. Oh. Anyway. Put a house on them lots. Yes, listen, I'm so excited about vacant land. Y'all don't even know. I'm so excited. Like, like when I went to Houston, I was like, this. Yes. You can build all year long in Houston, okay? Especially with them zoning laws they got. We saw chickens and horses and you name it. But I was like, yes. Tim Pfizer, it's at 125 on repairs on a property ATL right now. Ooh. Ooh. Build a whole house. I just bought a vacant lot at tax sales for $1,300. Going to put a tiny home on Airbnb. Yes, make that money. And what was interesting, if y'all see that video we had, I don't know if you saw all of it, but when we were in Houston, the guy that's building our houses was telling his friend, make that Airbnb. And you can see in his eyes, like the dude wanted to do it, but he was nervous. Like, oh, I don't know about Airbnb. And I was like, Kendra Barnes, Google the key resource. Like, I'm telling him all these things. And I'm like, I don't want to overwhelm this man, but he can see the money is there in Airbnb, but not how to get connected, right? And so that's a lot of people's problems. They just aren't connected. They don't understand something. Thank you, Paul Perez, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Nazarene Divine 7, for me, I'm saving so I can have reserves and a down payment. That takes cash, so you have to have money in the bank. Yes, but also if you guys have been watching the funding course or you took it, I'm saying you need to be having some lines. Because if you come to your bank, now you've been saving money, now you pop up and you get a real estate and you go, hey, I'd love to refinance or get a line of credit on this house. Well, first of all, your bank like, what? Now they're going to take a minute with all your paperwork and get you in there. But if you've already been in the discussions with those bankers at that bank, getting lines of credit, getting things set up, even if it's just small lines, just saying, hey, getting ready for a rehab. Hey, you've already started that conversation. So yes, save cash at all costs. Yes, save cash, put money away, but make sure you're building those lines of credit so that you don't have something surprise. Because anytime somebody goes into a rehab and you start opening up walls, surprise, you need $5,000 more. Surprise, you need $10,000 more. Even when it's new construction, like we went and saw one of Tyrone's properties, and the community broke the window and stole his electrical. I'm like, people, why? That's why new stuff can't come into it if you tear it up people's houses. Come on now. You have to be in the game to play before the recession. Yeah, people keep playing this mind game that they're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till the recession. No, you're not. Because if I was a wholesaler and you are so new that you're coming to me, and I know you just got in and you just hungry to get some kind of deal, I'm probably gonna get a little bit of markup on that. I'm just saying, you knew, you don't know, probably a little bit of markup. That's why I've reached out to so many wholesalers. And then I asked Cousin Nita, does this sound right? Does this look right? Because I don't want nobody playing me. But you don't have that opportunity if you ain't in the game. Rant, speak the truth, no hard. No, I mean, listen, people get addicted to Outrage Inc. There's a book called Outrage Inc. And it's like, the reason people watch these talk shows and these podcasts is because they be ranting and raving about stuff. And I have my moments. Yes, I love that political stuff, and I love the ranting and raving. But to live a long life, you need some relaxation. You need some positivity. You just do. And really, I can't. If you ain't mad about your financial situation, why am I gonna be mad? Like, if you're not mad enough to do something, I mean, what does that mean? I mean, I guess I should just sit back and watch you. Now, I will say this: when this recession hits, I know y'all love saying it won't, but marriage will go up. Marriage went up. Marriage licenses went up 25% in 2009. 25%. Stay-at-home moms the past 10 years went up 13%. Y'all, it's coming. You're going to have more marriages, more cohabitating, more family members looking to bother you. You're going to have people like, hey cousin, be prepared before this hit. Don't wait and be like, I'm just going, okay, all right. If you're not mad, then I won't be mad. Broke banner. I'm telling you, just broke, talking about broke stuff all the time. Yeah, these women out here broke. Now listen, if you a man always talking about baby mamas and broke women, I'm being careful because I don't want the heat. I don't want the community heat. But if you're a man and all the women you keep seeming to date have baby mamas and kids. Now, let me tell you, I'll just put it this way. I ain't going to say his name, but every woman I've seen that man date and be around, she's been a killer. I was like, oh, yeah, look at her. Ooh, she pretty. Oh, she's pretty. And they all have rentals, or they all got something going for themselves, or they're a professional woman. And that man be slaying. I'd be like, hats off to you. Slay, sir. So when you hear conversation from men who keep talking about broke women, baby mamas, out of shape women, weird stuff, you'd be like, where are you around? Get out of that space. Elevate yourself. Go somewhere else. That's all I'm saying. Go somewhere else. That's all. That's broke conversation. Ooh, facing evictions at 90 years old. Yeah. Where do you buy silver from? Silver.com. Quit playing with me. College education can mess folks up. My hubby does not have any risk tolerance for his entrepreneurial wife makes for challenges at the home front. So Sharon, here's the thing. Whenever people tell me their family or friends don't believe them or aren't convinced, you don't need to be convincing them. You need to be putting in work. And this is just prime example. Derek, I wish I could bring him on the channel at some point here, Will, in the future. He was talking about how he was a wholesaler in Houston. Like, he went to all these events. He went to, what is that called, where they try to get 20,000 out of you? Frontier Unlimited, Fortunes Unlimited. And he was like, oh, I don't have the 25K for the coaching. And, and his girlfriend, which now his wife, was like, yo, you've been talking about this for 8 months. If you don't do something this month, I don't ever want to hear about real estate again. Boom. The end of the story. Now, years later, homeboy is wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. That's all. That's the story. And he went from a waiter to make it bank as a wholesaler. And it's because at some point you have to show people in your life that you're consistent. Whatever ideal you have, be consistent with it. Like there is a person right now, all they do is ticket resale. Now at the time I was laughing about it, but then I realized they have hundreds of thousands of dollars going out on tickets, right? And then they resell them for 50% to 100% markup. Come on, you do the math on that, how much they make it, okay? Ooh. So Paul Perez, that's a very complicated question, but I would say yes. You know, when you guys come to these LLC questions, I'm not an attorney. I'm just giving you my opinion. I think I have a CPA, so I'm big on once you start, you know, you're going to meetings and conferences, you're getting the funding, you're trying to acquisition, trying to buy things, you need to be getting a CPA. You need somebody to help you guide you on that. And I wouldn't throw everything in one LLC because then everything's vulnerable. That don't make sense. That's just me though. LLCs are so cheap, y'all. It's so cheap. I have like 10 I got in 1 month. It's still cheap. They're so cheap. And some people say, well, Ericka, I don't live in a cheap LLC state. My state's 800. Well, what are you trying to do? Is something you're trying to do worth this or not? This is your choice. This is your life. College education worked for me. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people try to knock college, but let's be really honest. A lot of these people needed trades. They needed blue collar work and trades. They come out of school, less debt, and we start working. All right. And then on top of that, college does work. I have lots of friends who are engineers who've been making $100,000 to $132,000 since they left college at 21. I got friends who are nurses, been making $62,000 to $92,000 a year since they left college. So when you complain about college, I go, but what did you major in? Nobody told you go get an English degree. Nobody told you get a communication degree. Come on now. Come on. Some of this, we have to be accountable on both sides. People are really milking it like, well, they were 18-year-old kids. I remember being in the financial aid office and we were breaking down. You are going to owe $500 a month. Okay, I don't care. I want to sign right now. You'd be like, what you want me to do? Beat their hand? Stop them from signing a paper? Come on now, y'all. Some of this is, let's be honest. How will a recession affect STR and Airbnbs? It'll probably go up higher because if you noticed, short-term rentals is STR, y'all. Because what happens is when I go to a city, a lot of the friends I'm with, they rather go to Airbnbs because they don't have to worry about deposits and fees. They get to come in, relax. It's like a house. Some of these hotels be holding $200, $300, like when you do car rentals. People don't want to do that, right? Or Airbnbs, like, I don't remember, Terry or somebody, they had somebody rent for a whole month. Where are you going to do that at a hotel that's reasonable? You're not a good hotel. I mean, you can get a month in a hotel, but would you want to be at that hotel? No. So when people talk about the recession, you'll see a lot more people posting Airbnb, but you're going to see people be a lot more selective, right? Like right now, I'm trying to figure out an Airbnb for a snow trip in the spring, right? I mean, I'm already looking now, and lots of places are already booked, y'all. Booked up and busy. Oh, it's hurting. About to wrap it up. Y'all, it's hurting. Emotions are chemically addictive. Yeah. Yeah, emotion. Yeah. There's a book called Rage Inc. where these channels are making a lot of money. There's even a book called Angry White Man. And it'd be like, why are you angry? And part of it is because they've been told that you are a white man and America's yours and it's great. And then they look at their money and their wallet in their hand and go, this isn't working out. So they're angry. It happens. I ain't gonna say no names. Will Smith told Jada that emotion is addictive too. Yeah. You and Glenn are helping me sharpen my vision even though I declared SSDA disabled. Listen, tell you something. When people tell me they're disabled or they get a check, you have to use your head. I know the security of the check is important. Some of you do have severe issues and disability, but you have to do the math on, can you make more money? And 9 times out of 10, even if you start a business and you put a little grandson or granddaughter or somebody as a part owner, you can still get your disability check. I would never, I'm sorry, I'm going to be careful about this, because if I had a head injury, it'd be different. But I would never sit here and go, well, they told me all I can get is this $1,200 a month. Now, I've seen some people get $2,000 or so on disability, But that means the rest of your life you're gonna live crunched. That's no, I can't want to do. Even if you have a house and rent the rooms out, it's better than living crunch for the rest of your life. Okay. Woo. But good luck. Okay, being the bartender, those women are the only women they have contact with. Shrugs, exactly. Listen, everybody can see with their eyes, okay, with their eyes, that there are plenty of women out here who have high, not just degrees, but actual job and careers, driving nice cars, living in nice neighborhoods, and they're like, well, they all got bad attitudes. Do they all have bad attitudes, or are you presenting yourself in a poor light? Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. Come on. You know, the internet's full of these people talking angry about women, and I'm like, well, where are these women at you finding? Are you at the bus stop? Where are you at? It sounds like a reflection of your neighborhood, and it sounds like your neighborhood's not good. That's all. Folks can't take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously. Facts. Are you and your team will be having a meetup in Florida? I doubt it. We don't have any plans for Florida. Maybe Tampa in the future, but not really. I'd have to ask. CDL jobs are in demand. Chris Lee TV, they always in demand. That's why I was going to do a series of showing y'all articles where they're like, oh, trucking's dangerous. Oh, it's a bloodbath. And then the very same newspaper 3 months later was like, oh, we overstated trucking industry. It's still thriving. It still needs drivers. Again, they're pulling in almost 20,000 people from foreign countries to drive trucks in America because we that short, y'all. Come on. Come on. Ericka Chambers, thank you for the $10 super chat. I need to thank you. I finally started my mobile notary business. With QuickBooks, can I use it for both the business and personal, or do I have to get two programs? Well, when you do the QuickBooks online, I think it's like the $5 a month one you could do for self-employed. And then like you can do like another $5 one. So it's real cheap. I mean, it's like for $5 to $10 a month. I mean, again, mind the gap, but again, you know, make it work for you. Communication degree, you trying to be a trophy wife? Hey, listen, these people crack me up. Kelly Price, booked and busy. Master's degree in study of cheese. I'm telling you, they be having master's degrees in history. I met this guy. He was intelligent. The conversation was off the chain. I was very much enjoying the conversation. But then I realized he had a master's degrees in history. And I was like, what? And when he started telling me more and more about he wanted to be a professor, I was doing the math in my head. Not that I'm a gold digger. Oh, Ericka's a gold digger. Professor's only going to make $35,000 a year. And I said, well, do you plan on writing books? Because that's how most history professors, if you guys Google history professors, that's really how they make money, is they write books about history. And they either get grants from the state or certain colleges, and that's how they make their money. And they go on book tours, and that's really how they get paid. And I remember him saying, yeah, everybody keeps telling me that's what I have to do, but I don't know. And I'm like, ooh, baby, this conversation's been great. But you plan on being broke your whole life. I can't want to do that. You know, there's no honor in being like, I have all these master's degrees, but I can't figure out how to make money. There's no honor in that. There's no honor in it. I'm sorry. Anger is some folks' form of get high. Yeah. They don't have a lot of legit reasons to be angry. Yeah. I mean, again, angry. And when people say angry black woman, and I correct my friends because I have a lot of white and Asian friends, I correct them all the time. Like, don't call me angry. Call me passionate. Call me whatever. But don't call me angry, because angry is just an easy, oh, well, that guy's whatever. Disgruntled is a word. Passionate's a word. Something's going on with them word. They got anxiety is a word. They're crying, whatever. There's a lot of emotions, and we get lazy and lump angry out there all the time. Thank you for a $10 super chat, Chris Lee TV. Thanks for the QuickBooks tip. Sorry. Somebody said, what kind of attitude does a plumb stranger owe that guy? All strangers owe each other in society. Listen, civility, you know, being respectful for sure. But when you think people should be like, oh my God, sir, you're amazing. They don't know you. They don't know what's going on with you. I mean, people are drunk on tourism, right? And again, you guys, let's be really honest, put in context. I have family has traveled overseas. We've lived overseas. We lived in multiple states. Every year since I've been 11 years old, we've traveled outside the United States as a family, whether Carnival cruises or actual booked events overseas. When you go outside this country, you're an American, and it gets this level of respect. And if you're a man, and I have lots of boy cousins, and they go overseas all the time. And I made one comment, moms were like, "No, they don't. They ain't hooking up with girls." I'm like, "What do y'all think they're going overseas for?" Okay, so they go overseas, and women are like, "Oh my God." Why? Because you're an American. You have a passport tied to you. But if you think you should come back to America, every woman should be like, "Oh my God, Jerome, look at you with your broke ass." Yeah. Like, stop, y'all. That's crazy. That is crazy. Even when you go to Italy and you go to certain parts where men, do the whistle and the cat call, it's like, "Hey, thank you. I appreciate it." But they don't ever like be out of pocket and come up on you. Like, people in America get drunk on cheap highs. And it's a cheap high as a tourist to go to other countries, and women and men are kind of acting like you just because you're an American. And there was a woman got in a beef with me on Facebook because I said that. And she literally wrote 10 paragraphs talking about how I don't know anything, and military kids don't really travel. And I was like, "Honey, oh, you need counseling. Oh, you need help. Oh, you need help. Just let that go. You need help." And I can tell some of y'all don't got friends. Y'all be ranting on people like, "Go talk to your friends about this. This don't sound right." My professors wrote books and made the students buy them for class. Bingo! That is how professors make money, filling up the classroom and selling books to the college that every year they change a little bit. So when I was talking to him, I was like, "Oh, you don't know. Oh, you don't know." I watched 90 Day Fiance. That's definitely true. Facts. Sorry. There's like 132 y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. I got a little bit of cold. It's hurting. But part of what I was just saying was, you guys have to figure out, what is it that works for you, right? I can't tell you what you should be investing in. As much as I want to say real estate, I've got so many comments on here and YouTube in the community section where people are like, "Well, real estate ain't the only way to make money." And I'd be like, then why are every multimillionaire you see that's a multimillionaire chasing it? Grant Cardone, Mario Peoples, all these people. Come on now, do some math. Queen Latifah is out here building a whole apartment complex, but yet that don't make no money, And a lot of, listen, this guy said on Twitter, I don't remember if it's one of Todd Millie's people or whatever. He was like, "Well, if you're still pushing your kids to do football, it's because you think they're a meal ticket." Now, on one hand, if all you kind of help your children, and this is, if you come to Texas, you'll realize what I'm saying. Go to middle school Texas, high school Texas, and meet some of these people. Their life is football. It is football. That is it. Is your kid playing football? Why your kid ain't playing football? What's wrong with his hands? What's wrong with his legs? Is he out of shape? What's going on with the kid? You know what you need to do? Put him in some football. And so I laugh about it because that is a very much a way of life, very much team building. But also, if that's all your kid specializes in, when they get out there in the real world and they don't make no money, they don't know how to make money, they don't know how to do different things, you got to take some onus on that. That's kind of what you shaped them up for. Now, in this guy was talking about systematic racism, and I mean, listen, we ain't gonna go into that today, but he literally was like, "Well, yeah, they putting their kids with tutors." Yeah, okay, you can put your kid with tutors. I ain't got no money for that. There's free tutors at the community college. There's free tutors. Well, everybody ain't got time, Ericka. Well, you got to make time. This is your child. You had this baby. I didn't have it. You've got to tutor this child. You have to educate these children you create in your home so that they can win. They can't be in the game if you don't put them in the game. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Burns, when are you going to post details about the event in Atlanta? I will be there. Did you already buy your ticket, Tiffany? The links are always all over the place here. We've already put up information up on the. Go ahead and grab your ticket, and that's your information. It's oops, let me make sure I type it in right. It's a 2-day event. So I put it in the links right here. The Mastermind Atlanta is a 2-day event. Essentially, most of the day Saturday, most of the day Sunday. Essentially, we come in, we do creative games, we break out maps, we make sure you bring your pen, paper, laptop. We're strategizing what's going to be the best for you that year, and also connect with the people in the room. Because 9 times out of 10, when I go to events, people have 20, 30, 40K, somebody else sitting over there with 20, 30, 40K, and somehow they can't figure it out. And it's like, partner together. But understanding the ins and outs of real estate, we're going to be talking about creative funding, basically breaking down a lot of different ways that you get funding and get closing for deals, and the path we see for the year, and also putting you on a path for the year. The people that were at our DC one, woo, we're there. Some of them already partnered with me in some of the houses and some of the real estate and some of the trucks. Also, they've partnered with each other. They've bought more property. I love that, right? But you have to, when you come to those events, you come open, ready to go, and ready to plan your year out. Because we didn't let anybody leave the event without giving us their 90-day action plan. And that's really important, because if I bring you somewhere and you get hyped up for the weekend, but then you don't have steps to take when you leave, that motivation wears off fast. And so all of the event is for you to connect with people in that room, connect with people that are most likely going to be in your city or state, and start moving forward. That's the details for the event. Click the link. It's all in there. Everything, food is going to be there. You're going to have delicious foods and drinks off to the side. But again, in order to foster the environment you need to be in, because let's be really honest, a lot of you talk with your family and friends about business and real estate, and they just looking at you like, okay, back to TV. Or your family has a real stigma about talking about money, because they think, through MLM and different stuff, that you're going to start trying to get them into your MLM or something. It's funny, because now that I've started doing so many trucks and so many real estate, well, I have family members like, well, how much can I get in there? You don't get no discount because you're family. It costs the same to you that it's going to cost to them. Like, it's still a price to be paid to get into things. And so, yeah, the tickets have been available. Sorry about that, everybody. But yeah, if you're trying to go to the ATL Mastermind event, the tickets are already available. There's the link. Hit that link. You can find out more about it. Again, September 28th through 29th. Every time you see it on the video playing before the video, it's available to go. Let me see. I have the other note in here. I have some note. Well, it's gone now. Charge the family extra. Man, you might have to. So look, I've been here 42 minutes, but again, this whole video, all I'm trying to get across to you guys is mind the gap, kind of know where you are, track where you are currently, but you got a 10X. It's not going to change for you. And now 10X, depending on what your 10X degree could be, it could be simply adding 1 or 2 things every year. Again, when I listen to the Old Dogs Network, I love it. It's DAWGS. But it's literally all the 50, 60, 70-year-old people are like, well, I figured if I buy 1 house a year for the next 10 years, I'm doing good, right? And they really would, because what you have to understand is if you ever go talk to some people who have about 3 or 4 rental properties, they live in a different life. They just are. They live in a different life. 9 times out of 10, like, I don't know if any of you here bought a house, and when you bought a house, you start getting all these credit cards in the mail. Anybody in here? But when you when you first buy a house, all of a sudden they send you all these credit cards, because clearly you've qualified to close on a property. And also they know they're going to get you because you're probably going to buy furniture and other stuff. It just is what it is. And so, sorry. The key to all this is acquiring assets that produce money, period. Now, I think one of you had asked me something about, what did you ask me about? Oh, goodness. Oh, needing funding. They don't have any funding. They don't have any funding. And again, the funding course, and 2, it doesn't take as much as you guys think. Now, rehabs are going to take more money. Trucks are going to take some money. But getting your foot in the game, again, a lot of times if you're talking about buying leads for businesses, buying ads, it's like $10K, right? There's a lot of different things. If you get yourself in the game, you can kind of see, oh, okay, well, I only need this much, or I need that. So there's a website called Design Crowd. And a lot of times I was talking with this guy, he literally just throws up his ideals up there, and over hundreds of people throw together mock-up ideals, and whichever one he picks and pays. Super pretty cool stuff. I mean, there's just a lot of things, you guys, if you want to know and you want to grow, you're going to have to get into the game. So that's all. But all right, everybody, I am going to get some hot tea. I'm going to get some rest, and I think I might be in Houston tomorrow. I'm not certain. Am I on Dr. Boyce? I'm on an old, I'm on one of their blogs, on their old things. So you can find me on there. I had interviewed 100% Juan Pablo, and Dr. Boyce put it up there. So, all right, you guys, this is your girl Ericka from the Classic Climb blog. You'll see more videos on the channel. Again, grab the funding course. I may do a holiday, Labor Day special. I don't know. But I promise you the funding course won't be on it because you got to pay to play. The funding course, you can get tickets for the Atlanta Mastermind, September 28th to 29th. And also, whenever we do any other events, when you guys drop your cities and states, it helps us place where we need to place events. So I know California, you guys are coming up. I know Arizona coming up and some other spaces. So, all right, you guys, later.